A new chapter in Tarottube. Sign me up. So this is part 2 of a VR to Rachele over at Amethyst Ascensions, Tarot and Astrology. I have the prompts here on my tablet in front of me because it keeps me on track. And I really loved the first part of this video, and can I just say thank you all so much for all the love and support. And I was really nervous about actually uploading that. I don't know why. I suppose it was just a little bit more out of my comfort zone because, you know, like so many, and I'm still catching up on lots of videos because I love seeing other people's responses and their thought processes and how like you view things. It's super interesting to me and I love that. And there's just not enough hours in the day to get through all of it, and it always makes me so darn sad that I can't watch all the videos. I want to watch all the videos, but that like you just don't want to step on any toes, right? And I really feel like that's just a big thing when you're on social media. You want to stick to your own little corner. You want to create the content that you want to create, and you know you're not, well, not here in my corner anyway. We're not trying to piss anyone off. Can we say that? I'm going to say that. Anyway, so I just want to say a huge thank you to Rachele for making such a wonderful tag. And what I will say is in this video, I am just doing the questions, the prompts that she has. And I know she has a tarot spread at the end. I'm not going to this time do it on camera. It's something I actually want to explore a little bit deeper for myself personally, and I just don't want to share that online. Not just yet. I might do a reflections on it maybe in a later video if you'd be interested, but I'll see. Again, there's certain things within my own practice that, you know, I like to keep a little bit sacred to myself, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Again, I love the space and the conversation that Rachele has opened up for all of us here in the community, and I have definitely found everybody has taken their own different view and how they've approached the prompts, and I just love how individual and authentic everyone has answered it, and how it's allowed us to kind of go, okay, I'm actually not alone in how I feel about this or how I want things to move forward or how I see. It's just as beautiful. It's really so extremely beautiful, and I appreciate that so much as somebody who can get in their own way. I definitely can get in my own way, and I'm definitely embracing I'm making sure this is recording, a more out of my comfort zone. Definitely. So let's not yap too long, right? Let's not ramble, man. And the first prompt is, what kind of tarot content do you want to create in 2026? And again, this doing the second part of this, I'm not as nervous as I was the first one, but I'm definitely a little bit more nervous. And for the reason being is, it's not that I don't want to create tarot content. Okay, I'm not going anywhere with my tarot content. I do. But, and there it is, there's that but, I kind of want to veer a little bit away from it as well. Not the tarot community itself or Tarottube per se, but I definitely feel there's more I want to bring to my channel that isn't all about decks and reviews and practices and things like that. There's a lot more that I would like to bring forward to Tarottube this year. So I want to, yes, of course, I'm going to stay in the community. I love this community. It's everything to me. But I definitely feel that pull to want to explore a little bit more, to step a little bit more out of my comfort zone, and to just bring different content. I'm not 100% sure yet. I have a fair idea, but I'm not 100% sure. And there's lots of different things that I myself am exploring that I would love to discuss. That's another thing I'd love to bring to my channel here, is topics to discuss, right? For us all to kind of have a chat about it. So, oh my gosh, my hair, right? That we can have like open conversations. That's something I would really love to bring here. And so whether that be through lives is probably the best. I remember I was talking to Sarah over at, oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry, I forgot your channel name. The Tarot and Oracle. So I'll make sure to tag her channel below. I'm so sorry I forgot your channel name. I'm so bad. I either know you by your channel name or I just know your name and not your channel name. That's just being honest. I'm really sorry. But I watched her VR to the first part of Rachele's tag, and I was saying I'd love to go live because she goes live, and there's so many of you here that go live, and I'm like, I want to do I want to do that too, and I'm terrified. It's so funny. I think nothing is sitting down here and propping up my camera, but for some reason, I suppose you see, you can like edit and cut and whatever, whereas like live, that's it. It's live. So, and I suppose the idea of like, you know, all the comments popping up and things like that, but she gives some great advice and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. But I definitely want to do more lives between chatting, and I also want to like focus on my Instagram, and I'm like in TikTok a little bit and still kind of finding my footing there. So again, it's not just YouTube that I'm doing. Definitely is one of my main loves. Instagram and YouTube are like my main loves, but I'm trying to suss TikTok as well. So there's lots of different things, and I'm feeling like I'm being pulled in many different directions that I want to explore and that I want to get into. So the kind of content, I'm not 100% sure. I'll definitely still be doing the occasional walkthrough Wednesdays now. I'm decided I'm not doing them every Wednesday. It just feels like it's very overwhelming, and that trying to get 3 videos done a week is long form, and then you're doing short form, and then you're answering comments, and then also you're doing live as well, right? Because all of us have lives outside of this. But I definitely feel that draw to want to do a bit more different. I definitely would love to do more live readings. That's another thing. I want to get back into reading for others is another thing that I want to get back into. And, you know, I know over on Instagram, I did like my emoji 1-card draws, another thing that I want to get back into. So yeah, the type of content is going to change and adapt. I love sitting down and having chats and doing thought processes and things like that. I definitely want to bring more Oracle love to the channel because that is my first love, actually, believe it or not. I love tarot. Definitely have been part of the Tarottube community here, but Oracle is my first love, and I will stand on that hill. It is such a beautiful form of cartomancy. So that was long-winded. Second one is, what kind of tarot content do you want to watch more of? And the kind of content that I want to watch more of is more exploration, more like teaching, I suppose, in the sense of showing, you know, not just walkthroughs. I love walkthroughs to an extent because I like that whole aspect of getting to see the deck before I buy it. Is it the deck for me? But I'd love more book recommendations as well. That's another thing, or just talking about books, because I find myself really getting back into them as well. So I like that. Definitely, I definitely feel the content that I'd like to consume is more deep dives. I like thought-provoking things. I like things that capture my attention and kind of keep me hooked and wanting more and to dive more. And because I'm a person that I love constantly learning and different perspectives. I love hearing people's different perspectives on things, whether it be, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I love a lot of woo-woo stuff. I hate the way we call it woo-woo. I'm stop calling it that. Different things. It's not just tarot. I love all things about like angels and goddesses, gods. Paganism is another thing I'm really diving into. Crystals. I have so many darn interests, it's impossible to keep up. Ancestral work is another thing. I'm just looking around my room. Creative aspects. I love seeing people's notebooks and thought processes and how you set up your journals. I have way too many set up. Am I using them all? No, because I just can't get around to it. And I've definitely overwhelmed myself. So I've condensed it down. Do I feel bad about it? No. that's the kind of content that I want to watch. I want to watch more thought-provoking stuff, deep dives, community-based, where we all get together and just chat about the things that we love. Maybe deck, or not deck wrap-ups, but like how you use the deck in your practice to make a difference throughout the month. Something like that. I'm not really sure. It's like, my thing is, if I love your content, I'll watch it. It doesn't really matter. I'll watch a whole load of different things. So, what kind of tarot content are you ready to disengage from? Oh, the uncomfortable questions come up. Okay, 1 second. We need to have a drink. Okay, so the kind of content I'm ready to disengage with. You'd think I'd have my answer ready. I don't, because I know it's here. I know what I want to say, but I don't want to step on toes, because I'd never want anybody to feel offended here. I'm aware when you're on social media, you're not going to keep everyone happy. Okay, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't agree with it or sees it a different way, and that's fine. Okay, can we all just collectively at least agree that that's fine? You are totally allowed on your channel to talk about whatever it is that you want, right? And I'm allowed to talk about whatever it is I want on my channel, and we can also support each other. That's just the way I am, right? I really don't mind. I have definitely that whole stick to your own lane, right? You do you, boo boo, whatever else you want to say. But the content that I definitely don't want to engage with is anything that's dramatic. You won't find me there. I don't care for it. I'm just not here for it. Like, listen, the world is already so chaotic as it is. Everyday life is just, right? Just this whole human experience in of itself is a lot. Okay, the last thing I want to do is engage with content that like brings me down or makes me sad or sparks something within me that I'm like, oh, hold on. That's okay. I don't mind when somebody says something, I'm like, oh wait, that I'm not sure how, I don't really agree with that. Why not? And I like exploring it. But sometimes things that just aren't that deep. Sometimes it's a case of, okay, well, you see it that way, I see it this way. Okay. But I definitely don't want to, I don't want anything that's like, you have to think this way and that's the only way, right? Just things like that. We all have our own thought processes. We all see things, whatever may be the case within our practice or whatever, everyday life, that, okay, I feel like I kind of went a little bit off topic there, so I had to kind of come back to it. But I don't want anything that's like solely negative based, right? It's totally fine to have like conflicting interests or thoughts and squeaky chairs. Okay, we can accept that. But just no nastiness. I really don't think it's necessary. We're all our own beings. We've all our own thoughts and processes and beliefs and all that stuff. So yeah, I just don't want to engage with anything that's like negative or nasty, or you have to think one way and that's the only way. I hope I'm making sense in that. I'm not here to step on toes. Can I please reiterate that? I'm not here to offend or insult anybody. It's just not. Life's too short for that. It really is. So, moving on to the next prompt. What values matter most to you in a tarot community? Values that matter to me is, first of all, the collective love that we have for like certain decks or even practices or just creative outlets. Like I love that community and the sense of togetherness and welcoming. So whether you're like a big channel or a small channel, like everybody's just getting together in the comments and they're, getting to know each other, and it's just that friendship, kinship. It's just beautiful. It's the collective love of whatever it is that we're diving in, and the support. Can I just say the support? I will start getting emotional now. No, stop. No, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is like just that connection is just beautiful. I'm stumbling over my words now because I'm like thinking all the support that I get, and it's just amazing. And I can never thank you enough. There's just never enough words. Anyway, but I just love the acceptingness. Not even a word. I think I just made that up. Like how accepting everybody is and how open, and again, the support. And I definitely want to start sharing more channels that I love. I'm just not as techy as some of you. You're so amazing of how you like add clips in and you're showing channels. I'm not great at that. So I'm really sorry. I'm still learning. Maybe that's another thing I need to start learning this throughout this year is how to edit more. But the value that matters the most to me is just the shared love and understanding, especially with this tag has created, is again, everybody, while we might not agree on everything, right? Because again, you're allowed to feel that way. That we all collectively go, okay, yeah, we actually agree to that. And we all accept each other as we are. It's like a come as you are party. Like if you're in your pajamas, cool, rock on up. Great. I just love that. I love that so much. So what boundaries feel important for you as a creator or a viewer? So the boundaries, as I'll start with a viewer, is I just don't engage with content that I don't, maybe there's certain things I don't agree with, or I might see it a little different. I definitely don't consume a lot of that. Another boundary is I don't engage with that either, right? I'm just, right, that should be like a slogan here. Drama free, not here. Won't find it here. So that's one of the boundaries that I definitely set as a viewer is I'm mindful of who I'm watching, whose content I consume, and who I interact with. That's a big thing. And then as a creator, the boundaries that I set is there definitely has to be a cutoff point to where I just step away from it because I love this community, right? And I love watching the content and stuff. But a big boundary I have to set this year, and I know myself, is I'm trying to watch everyone's video. I'm trying to interact with everyone's content and all that. I am burning myself out from trying to, I want to support everyone. Okay, so if you're watching this and haven't commented on a video of yours, please know that I'm trying my best, as is everyone. And I've seen it in my own comments where somebody's like, oh, I didn't see this video, it's been up with a few days, or, I'm so sorry I didn't comment, and I'm sorry I don't comment enough. Guys, I get it. Life happens. It's totally fine. I don't take any of this personally. I really don't. I do believe with content creation, you definitely have to be a little bit thicker skin. I'm definitely learning that because I'm actually be quite a bit of a softie. So sometimes I can take things a little bit too hard. But I know it's not always necessarily meant like that. So again, it's all good. No worries. I'll always say that. There's no worries. I get it. Life happens. So that's a boundary I'm definitely setting is I'm just, taking my time and being more present watching the content that I'm watching, especially in Tarottube, right? But there's other, content that I like to watch as well. I love watching BookTube and JournalTube. Is that even a word? I don't know. I like watching all those kind of things. I also like watching kind of documentary style things. And another thing that I've noticed lately is I've been loving movies. So I like to divide my time up. But I'm definitely setting the boundaries that I have to have a cutoff point as to I cannot be consuming it all the time. Okay, it's not healthy. and that I need to take a step back. And I also need to know that at some point you need to go, okay, this is how much I am actually capable of creating as a creator. Again, we've only so many hours in the day. I've only so much time and life. I don't need to keep reiterating this. So we've gone through values and we've done boundaries. And next is, how do you want tarot to feel in your life moving forward? Ooh, how do I want that to feel moving forward? This is a very informal type video, isn't it? But it's okay. I like this to be kind of a relaxed, cozy. You're sitting down with a friend. We're having a chat. We're having a conversation. I want it to feel effortless and thought-provoking and blends into my everyday. I don't want to feel that pressure that I have to pull cards, or I have to dive into a deck, or I need to get a deck, right? That's we're kind of disconnecting from all of that. But I definitely want my tarot practice to feel effortlessly. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I was sick a week or so ago, and I've been finding it a bit difficult to get back into my cards because, again, they're here to help and enhance areas and aspects of my life. But it's, as much as I would love to be surrounded by cards all the time, I unfortunately have to adult. It's very annoying and very inconvenient, to be honest. I just want to stay in my little sacred space playing with crystals and diving into decks. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So I definitely want my practice to be accessible, easy, not overcomplicated. I can if I wanted to, but that it just flows. There's no pressure, and I don't feel the need to constantly, like, I haven't even done my cards today. I can't remember the last time I did a big spread. This spread I definitely want to dive into a little bit more, but I'm going to need my journal and pen for that and see what comes up. Will I be using an oracle deck? You're going to ask. Yes. I'm not going to use tarot because I like to break the rules a little bit. I like to, bend the rules. And I know it says tarot spread, but I'm sure Rachele is okay with me using oracle. So what kind of energy do you want to bring into the tarot community in 2026? Oh, you guys, I really want this to be, I'm going to be talking about this for ages, I promise I won't. I want this to be such a chill, cozy little area of my part of the internet, right? I can't even say like this, my little section of the internet. I want you to always walk away. I always want you to leave my videos feeling like we've just sat down and had a whole conversation. I think, oh my God, who was it that said it? It's a Carla, I think it was, said, like, it was just like sitting down with a friend, having a chat, talking about friendship and things that we love. I hope I got that right. Something along those lines in the last video. And I guess this is exactly what I want to bring forward. I want us to have conversations. I want you to feel like we are literally sitting across from each other having a conversation. I don't want anybody to feel pressured. I definitely always feel like my space is a space that you can just rock up as you are, right? You can come in your pajamas, fluffy socks, maybe a cozy hoodie, hot cocoa in hand, coffee in hand. I don't care what you're drinking, as long as you didn't drink and drive. Don't do that. Right? You won't get lectured here. Well, on that, yeah, you will. Right, I lied. You will. You'll get lectured on that. But the point is, I want this rein it in, man, to come back. I want this to be an exciting part of your day where, like, my video pops up and you're like, yes, I'm so excited for that. Why am I getting emotional on that idea? Because I know there's lots of creators out there that I get so excited to see their videos pop up. I'm like, I can't wait to sit down and just like get lost in this video. And it doesn't matter what they're talking about. I couldn't even tell you the first thing, but all I know is that I always feel better walking away from the video. And that's what I want here in the tarot community, is that whether it be something that you learned or just pick me up. I know I like to do a lot of pick me up videos because I know sometimes I myself need that. So I like to be the person that like hypes you and be like, yeah, go do it, get it. Whatever is the case. I just made myself cringe so bad there. Or it be informative, or just like different insights and tidbits, whatever is the case, or creating, it doesn't really matter. That you're always left feeling just wholesome and like, yeah. And it was a nice pause in your day that, again, didn't step on anyone's toes. I'm not here for creating controversial stuff. I don't want that for here. I want you to come to this space here, my channel, our channel, whatever way you want to say it, our family here, that you just, it shuts off the noise of everything, that you can sit down and be cozy and watch me wherever that you're watching or listening, and that it just cancels everything out for just, whether it be 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, that just for that little bit of time, you were present in yourself and you gained value or insight, and that it filled your cup, that it was just enough for you to stop whatever it is that you're doing, and that it eased whatever anxieties or worries or doubts, fears that you had, and you just went away feeling a little bit more uplifted. I like to think that my content moving forward will create that energy and that vibe, and yeah, made you laugh. I love, and that we can, yeah, just really connect and have the conversations on just different things, not just decks. It can be lots of different things within spirituality, witchy. I use all these terms very loosely because I don't even know what to call my practice. Eclectic, I suppose, because it's a sprinkle of everything. Chaos at its finest. Anyway, I believe that's all the prompts. Thank you so much, Rachele, and I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody else's responses and things like that. This has just been so fun, and I've enjoyed it so much. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Remember, stay magical, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of my comfy, cozy, chaotic corner of the internet. And yeah, stay magical. Much love, always, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.